solve your financial problems with the same kind of thinking that caused them. These words will change your reality because poverty can't survive in a dough chaser's mentality.
The Beat Majors.
So to all my dough chasers, it's time to get this party started now.
I like it.
With your host, Jason White.
Yo, what's up, dough chasers? This is Jason White, CEO and founder of Witness Riches, and I want to welcome you to another episode of Dough Chaser TV. Tonight, we are talking about how to avoid desperate financial situations. In the office, some of you know what kind of service that we offer. We offer credit repair and financial coaching services, and we run across a lot of people who are, trying to do better with their finances. However, their past is biting them in the butt. And what we do is we make suggestions, we share strategies and solutions to get them out of the hole. But sometimes it does not work out to their advantage. And the information that we share in Dough Chaser TV is to help you get better results so that you don't have to ever, relive some of the negative situations that we actually help our clients get out of. Okay. And I'm going to be talking about a few of those situations as we move forward. But before I get started, I want to know who I'm talking to. Right now, we are live on YouTube. What's up, YouTube family? We are live on Instagram. What's up, Instagram family? And we are also live on Facebook. What's up, Facebook family? So let me know who you are and where you're from. As you drop your information, we're gonna shout you out. And then we're gonna transition into the actual conversation, which is how to avoid desperate financial situations. Let me see here. Let me check out my Facebook page really fast. But for those of you who do not know me, I am the CEO and founder of Witness Riches. We've been in business since 2013 and helped thousands of people transcend financially through bettering their credit and also their financial picture. And this show is all about sharing information that's going to help you get ideal results from your finances, but also mold your mentality when you think about money so that you can actually get better results from what you do financially. Okay. It's a lot of bars in there if you were paying attention, but we're not going to go into that. Let me see here. Pull that up really quick. So as you come in, let me know who you are, where you're from, and we're going to dive into this. So let me mute that really quick. So some of the particular situations that a lot of people who are in our program, they go through, for one, they find themselves taking out payday loans. They find themselves maxing out their credit card, or they find themselves taking advantage of their bank overdraft protection. And a lot of times it's not really them taking advantage of that, but the bank taking advantage of them. And we're going to talk about those particular situations and talk to you about how they actually impact you and what you can do to better prepare yourself. All right. So we got Carlos Smith on YouTube. What's up? How you doing? Isaiah on YouTube. I appreciate you tuning in. Let me know who you are, where you're from, and let's dive into this. Okay. So ultimately, before you are ever in a financial situation, there are many times where you have to make decisions, right? And a lot of times the desperate financial situation that you find yourself to be in, they could all be avoided if you do one particular thing that we're going to talk about at the end, all right? And if you stick with me, I'm going to share that information with you and how you can better prepare yourself for the future. But let's talk about payday loans. We have a client in the Nevada area, and payday loans out in that area, they are allowed to charge you 500% on a payday loan, okay? This particular client, they started off with I think it was a $2,500 payday loan back in 2013, all right? And here we are in 2019, and that balance, peep this out, the balance is now upwards of $12,000. That's insane, okay? It's insane because, you know, you don't have to, your situation doesn't have to get that bad, one. And then two, it's insane because it's actually legal for these companies to rip people off like that. I think it should be illegal for a payday loan provider, any debt provider, student loans, credit cards, whatever it may be. I think it should be illegal to charge more than double in interest. Meaning that if you opened up a $10,000 credit card and you decide that you're not going to pay it, they cannot charge you more than $10,000 in interest. It should stop at that point, right? How are you going to make way more money than I actually borrow from you? All right. So I think it should be illegal. One day, we're going to go to Congress and we're going to, push that. But I think that should be illegal. However, there are people who are, basically being charged 10 times the amount that they actually taken out and borrowed because of interest, and there not being a limit on that. And if you have any, experience when it comes to payday loans, share your experience with us, engage with us, let us know what's going on so that we can, use that in this dialogue and, help each other plan appropriately to avoid this from happening. But yeah, in Nevada, they can charge 500%. Okay. Meaning that if you take out a $2,500 loan, they can charge you 5 times that amount in interest. Okay. So this client is actually, maxed out. They're at $12,000. And the thing is, they can continue to charge them if that account is is open. Right now, it's closed, it's in collections. But we're trying to help this client develop a plan to get out of that. And sometimes what I recommend is that you threaten, not actually file, but you threaten bankruptcy. Say, hey, you know what? This has gotten out of hand. I can't afford this anymore, and I'm really contemplating suicide. Not suicide. I'm really contemplating bankruptcy. Okay, and if you want your money, I will pay the $2,500 that I owe you, or I'm just going to file bankruptcy and you won't get anything. And a lot of times these creditors, they will, renegotiate because they don't want to miss out on the opportunity to make some kind of profit. But oh my goodness, I almost said contemplating suicide. No, I'm not. I'm not contemplating suicide. Contemplating. No, it's not that bad. Okay, it should never be that bad. It's only money. But using that strategy, I found has helped out a lot of people when negotiating with these companies because they don't want to miss out on the opportunity to make some kind of profit. All right. And if you are someone where you are in that situation and it has gotten out of hand, feel free to use that. All right. Just don't file bankruptcy if you don't have to. All right. But it is a great strategy to use to threaten it. And a lot of companies will renegotiate and say, hey, we'll settle this account, pay us what you can, and we'll close the account. But just make sure that when you do negotiate this, you want to make sure that you negotiate a settlement in full, because if you just settle the account, the remaining balance they can sell to a debt collector and they can come after you regarding the remaining balance. So always settle your accounts in full. Got me? Let me know. Is that understandable? Type 1, please. But payday loans, that is, a particular situation that a lot of people find themselves dealing with, but it could be avoided, all right? And we never want to be in a position where we have to take out payday loans because we are not prepared, all right? So if you're someone who is struggling with your payday loans, you have rights, and if they are continuously pulling payments out of your account and you cannot afford it, in the paperwork, you have the ability to stop automatic deductions out of your account. All you have to do is write a letter to the actual company, whoever they are partnered with. Write a letter to that company. Let them know that you are revoking the automatic deduction from your account. You're revoking that access. That way, they're not removing that payment out of your account automatically because you can't afford it. All right. And then once you do that, you want to go in and renegotiate if possible. And if it's way out of hand, use that strategy I shared with you. All right. So we want to avoid payday loans. However, there are times where people are making moves and they end up making the wrong move, and they have these credit cards lined up, And what they do is they'll take all their credit cards and max them out, right? And a lot of times, one thing that I've noticed is when we are making these unplanned decisions, very spontaneous, impulsive. When we're making these decisions to max out our credit cards, oftentimes, oftentimes is if we actually give ourselves more time, meaning that I have this emergency, and I need to use my credit card. If we just say, you know what, I'm going to think about this, I'm going to sleep on this. A lot of times we don't need to go that far, but many people, when they get in these emergencies or in these situations, these desperate financial situations, they don't think, right? And I don't want you to be in that situation where you're maxing out your credit cards because you're not thinking, all right? So whenever you are in a situation where you feel like you need to go use your credit card for some emergency, sleep on it. Think about it. And oftentimes, instead of you actually maxing out your credit card, you can contact your creditor and let them know that you're going through some financial troubles and you need help with some kind of payment plan or a reduction in the payment, and that will give you the ability to actually prevent yourself from maxing out that credit card and maximizing your credit utilization, hurting your credit score even more, and getting in a situation where you are in deep credit card debt. And a lot of times people do not really give themselves enough time to think about these impulsive ideas that they come up with, and they instead max out their credit card. So if you are someone where you have ran into a situation where you needed to use your credit card, but you probably shouldn't have, let us know the story so that we can help people make a better decision in the future, okay? Let me look at some of the comments we have on YouTube. Isaiah Williams, when you get a chance, check my 700 Club account. Y'all killing it, bro. Started with 520. I'm at a 654 in only 1 month. Hey, man, we appreciate the testimonial. We appreciate that. But, when it comes to credit, when it comes to finances, it's not a quick game. And there are times where we're able to help clients get results like that. But typically it does take time, 4 to 6 months for you to get the ideal results from your credit. But in this case, Isaiah got them in a month. So congratulations, Isaiah. We appreciate that share. So again, if you are new to the channel, new to the page, let me know who you are, where you're from, engage with us, and let us know your experiences when it comes to these desperate financial situations. Water break. So by you sleeping on some of the ideas that you have when it comes to handling some of your financial emergencies, I feel like that allows you to get more time and allows you to do more critical thinking when it comes to these decisions that you have to make. I myself, when I go to sleep, all I do is think about my problems. I don't get the best sleep. However, I always wake up with some kind of solution, right? So by you sleeping on it, maybe you'll wake up with a better solution. I don't know. But I can make up the sleep during the day. So, desperate financial situations that we're talking about. We talked about payday loans. We're talking about maximizing credit cards. Of course, there's negative reactions when you maximize your credit cards. One, you put yourself deep in credit card debt and have to suffer from compounding interest. And also, it's going to hurt your credit score. So if you have goals that you want to, reach, and your credit is something that is connected to that goal, by you acting on maximizing your credit cards and basically increasing those, hurting your limits, that's going to hurt your credit score. So definitely don't recommend that you do that. But sometimes people get so deep in a rut, what they do is they will take advantage of their bank overdraft protection. Okay, this happens when you have $1,000 that is planned to be deposited in your account. However, you have $1,500 of expenses that are going to also come out of your account, right? So that means you're going to be $500 in the hole. And what these banks do is they will say, hey, we'll give you overdraft protection. All right. So instead of you having overdraft fees, what we'll do is we'll just give you a $500 loan for you to, get by this pay period. However, we're going to charge you interest on that, or they may charge some small fee, but that adds daily. And basically, your job is to pay that off as soon as possible. But due to the fact that a lot of people aren't planning their finances appropriately, what happens is they continue this cycle of always uh, digging into their overdraft protection, and they're paying all these fees for that protection. Um, and that's basically uh, a payday loan if you think about it, but a payday loan provided from your bank, and ultimately those fees add up. And all three of these things, payday loans, maximizing your credit cards, overdraft protection, what these things do is they eat away at one thing in particular, okay? And this one thing in particular is what is needed to help you transcend financially, help you go to another level, help you pay down credit card debt, help you build an emergency fund, help you come up with the deposit for buying your house. And what all these three things do is they eat away at your cash flow. Can we all say cash flow? Jason, explain cash flow. Cash flow is the money that you have that flows into each pay period, okay? And this is money that if you plan appropriately, you can begin to save. You can begin to use that to attack other things that are hurting you financially, okay? Cash flow. And payday loans, credit cards, overdraft protection, they all eat away at your cash flow, and they hurt your ability to actually transcend. They hurt your ability to go to a higher level because they're always eating away at your gains. It's like building that muscle. If you have something that's always eating away at that muscle, it's never going to get bigger, right? And a lot of times people, they don't think about it that deeply, and due to that fact, their finances they find themselves continuously living paycheck to paycheck. And if you are someone where you are tired of living paycheck to paycheck and you want to get better results from your finances, you have to learn how to properly plan your finances so that you are not in these desperate financial situations in the future. Jason, okay, so you're talking about planning for my finances, but how does one actually plan for their finances? Peep this out. Keyword. Do y'all see that? IG, I know it's a little backwards, but it says a budget. Oh, he used the B word. Mama, he cussing at us. Yes, we're talking about budgets, right? A budget is basically your paperwork that tells you what you're bringing to the table and what is being taken away from you, right? And if you are not planning accordingly to your income, your expenses, and your goals, if you're not planning appropriately through that budget, then you are always going to find yourself in a desperate financial situation, because those who fail to plan do what? They plan to fail, right? And what we need to do is we need to develop a plan that is demonstrated on our budget that is according to our goals, okay? Jason, how does one budget? Well, the first thing you want to do is you want to list all of your incomes, all of your revenue streams that are going into your household, okay? So you may work a 9 to 5, okay? That's revenue that you're bringing to the table. You may have a side hustle and, you cut hair, okay? That's more revenue that you're bringing to the table. You may sell Jordans on the low. That may be another revenue stream, right? So we have all these revenue streams coming to the table, bringing to the table. However, we also have expenses that are taken away from our profit, okay? You have your rent. You have your gas bill, your utilities, your cable, your phone bill. You have student loans. You have all these expenses that are eating away at your profit. And what you need to do is you need to think you need to look at your finances as if you are running a business. And the main purpose of a business is to what? It's to profit. It's to produce a surplus, right? If you're not producing a surplus, then basically you're going to be out of business very, very soon, right? So you have to look at your household as a business. And those of you who are not bringing in that profit, you're failing, right? The doors are going to be shut on you. This is how a lot of people lose their homes, because they don't have a proper budget that allows them to keep that house. They're always losing money. Next thing you know, they get behind on the bills. You get behind on your bills quite often. Next thing you know, you're 2 months behind. Then you're 3 months behind. And then they're going to be knocking at your door saying, hey, we want our house back, right? But in order for us to actually win, we need to have a plan. And then once we have that plan, we need to live accordingly to that plan, because that plan is aligned to our budgets. To our goals, excuse me. So my question to you all is, how many of you have a budget? Type 1 if you have a budget. Type 2 if you don't. Type 1 if you have a budget. Type 2 if you don't. We have any action on Facebook? Facebook, y'all be playing. All right, let me see here.
8 on IG, 15 on YouTube.
1 for a budget, 2 for you don't.
Diamond Rider put 2 on IG. She also had a question.
Okay.
Got a couple 2s on IG. They might need to see that form.
Okay. So for those of you who have budgets, congratulations. You're halfway there. For those of you who don't have budgets, you're playing yourself. You're playing yourself. Why play yourself? Why play yourself? I don't get it. Why are you playing yourself? Is it because you don't know how to fill a budget out? You don't know how to work it? Or is it because you refuse to take the time out to create a plan for your money? Let me know. Is it because you don't know how to create a budget? Or is it because you refuse to take the time out to plan for your finances? I want you all to win with your money. And a lot of people are failing with their finances because they have never taken the time out to envision their future on paper. Okay, we got a lot of boths. That you don't know how to fill one out. Therefore, you're not creating one. Okay, I can understand that. So I'll be honest, a budget without having the understanding of actually how to fill one out, it's kind of scary. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of scary. And then depending on who you're listening to, they may not explain it well enough for you to actually grasp it. Okay, but basically, let's look at it this way: you have a goal for yourself. Okay. I'm guessing all of you who are watching this live feed right now, you have some kind of goal for yourself. You want to achieve something greater, right? So you want to achieve something greater. The thing is, how do I achieve that? Well, let's say, for example, a goal of yours is to build a saving account, okay? So I want to build a saving account of $1,000. How do I build this saving account of $1,000? Well, if you want to build it, you can get lucky and, hit the lotto and win $1,000. That's one way to build it. But the average person, that's not going to happen. So what we have to do is we have to align our finances accordingly to our goal that we want to achieve. Okay, so we want to build a saving account of $1,000. Now we need to manipulate our finances so that we can free up that money and save that $1,000. So you bring, just to make the math simple, let's say that you bring $1,000 home. However, when we look at your budget, we look at your expenses, the income is $1,000. However, you have $1,100 worth of expenses. So that means that every month you're losing $100. You're robbing Peter to pay Paul. Okay? So what that means is if we want to build a savings of $1,000, but we're constantly losing 100, that means we're not moving in the right direction. So what we have to do is we have to make changes to our expenses. Maybe your cable bill, maybe you're paying $50 too much. So we call them, we make the change to our cable, and we save $50, okay? So now instead of us being $100 in the hole, now we're $50 in the hole. Maybe you're paying $100 too much for your cell phone. So you call your cell phone company, you make the changes to your bill, and now you just saved $100 on your phone bill. So instead of you being $50 in the hole, now you're $50. You just freed up $50. We can put that $50 that you freed up towards the 1,000. So basically, we have an income, we know our expenses, we have a goal. We basically change our expenses to fit our goal. If we need to free up $100, we need to free up $200. We free that up in our expenses somewhere, and then we apply that savings towards whatever goal that we have. But in order for you to do that, you have to have that written out for yourself, okay? And a lot of times people don't take the time out to write that out so they can see how tight it actually is and what changes they need to make that goal a reality. And once you make those changes, making the changes is 50% of it. The other 50% is doing it. So we have the plan. All we have to do is follow the plan, and we'll get where we want to be. We may not get there overnight, but if we continuously follow this month in and month out, we'll be that much closer to our goal. And that, my friend, is how you level up in life. You have a goal for yourself, you have the plan, and you execute. You execute. Isaiah, my man, said he started budgeting at the first of the year. How are you doing on your budgeting, Isaiah? Let me see. Diamond Drider 4 on Instagram says, I budgeted paycheck to paycheck. Okay. Well, so basically what you're saying, Diamond, is that you've maintained. You hit a plateau. So in order for you to, level up, you have to make a change to your expenses, okay? You have to make a cut somewhere. Okay? Once you make a cut, maybe save $50 here and there, you can use that savings that you actually saved in your bills and put that towards whatever goal that you want. Another way to level up is to level up financially, meaning that let's say you earn $1,000 a month. You've increased your knowledge, and now you are offering another service. You're doing something on the side, or you get a pay raise at work. We capitalize on that extra money. We increase our income. Let's say we were making $1,000. Now we make $1,200. That extra $200, instead of applying that to our lifestyle, we'll apply that towards our goals that we have for ourselves. Okay, that's another way to level up. Let me see here. Let me look at some of the comments. So, what I really want for you all is to, get a better understanding of your financial picture, right? And understand that success can happen for you, okay? The thing is, you have to be willing to take some time out, 30 minutes a week, okay, hour a month, whatever the situation may be. Take some time out, look over your finances, list your income, list your expenses, figure out what's holding you back, make changes, and live accordingly to your goals. I want you to, be successful. But, when it comes to financial success, a sacrifice must be made. Otherwise, what you want will be the sacrifice. That deserves a drink. Let that simmer for a minute. If you want to achieve financial success, a sacrifice must be made. Otherwise, what you want, financial success, that will be the sacrifice. Chris said, "Jewels." Yes, sir. Okay, so I just want to share information that's going to help you all. If you are interested in learning how to budget, okay, if you're interested in getting this information, we actually offer a program called Transcend Financial Academy for just $24.99, $24.99 a month. I will teach you how to get your finances in order. Okay, I will also teach you how to repair your credit. I will also teach you how to improve your credit score up to 200 points. Okay. And, we're constantly adding more information to TFA, Transcend Financial Academy. And you get all of that information for just $24.99. Okay. So if you are interested, what I'm going to do is I'm going to provide that information in YouTube. I'm going to provide it on Facebook. If you're interested on IG, feel free to send me a direct message and I will forward the information to you. We have a special going on where you can enroll in Transcend Financial Academy for just $24.99 a month. It's pay as you go. You can cancel anytime. There are no cancellation fees. Basically, every 30 days it's just $24.99. Okay. Again, Instagram. I'm going to send me a direct message. Okay, and I will forward the information to you. YouTube and Facebook, I will provide that information in the comment area for you all to dive into that. But at the end of the day, we just want to help you transcend financially and get your money right so that you can actually live out your true purpose like a dough chaser is supposed to. What y'all think about my new shirts? Credit Champion. What you think about that? All right, so let me get those. Okay, so for Transcend Financial Academy, if I can get the darn link. Hey, y'all, your boy is struggling right now. Transcend Financial Academy. Visit www.transcendyourfinances.com. Get that for $24.99. Facebook, I'm going to upload that information in a second. Provided the wrong link. All right, there we go. And then Instagram, feel free to, can I pin my YouTube? Hey, I do not know how to do that, but I'm going to figure it out. Do you know how to pin anything? Instagram. Let me see. I'm about to figure it out right now. We should have been doing that.
You gotta start typing in the field.
Ooh. Okay, yeah, I don't know how to do that. I'm sorry, but my YouTube, search Witness Riches, Jason White. I'll pop up. Okay. But yeah, we're gonna share that information. At the end of the day, we just want to help you. But please, like this video, share it on your news feed. Let your friends and family know about the information so that they don't have to suffer from those 3 financial desperate situations, and they can begin to get better results from their finances by understanding how to properly plan their financial future. Okay. So again, I want to thank you all for joining me today. I will be live again Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hopefully, we don't have any, technical difficulties next time. But at the end of the day, just want to provide you the information that's going to help you. I'm also going to provide information about our credit repair service as well. Feel free to check that out. We offer credit repair and inquiry removal. You can check that out at the link provided. People on Instagram, feel free to send me a direct message, and I will get that information out to you if you want it. Okay. But I want to thank you all for your time. It's time for me to do some other things, and I'm out. Peace.